All right, my lovelies, we are gonna do a class that needs a heavy weight and a lighter weight. Remember, you can always adjust as you see fit. We start off doing the sequence without any weight, and it's gonna be the same as last time. Feet parallel, ground into your big toe mound, lift those inner arches, and without the feet changing, screw your knees away from one another. Now this time we're actually gonna do an overhead press with just one arm. So visualize you've taken the weight in one arm and you're pressing it up and down. We're gonna do about 5 reps, really simple. I know it seems a bit like nothing, but just to get that scapular rhythm. And then you're going to take the weight down, lift the left arm out to the side, and we're going to do single arm deadlifts. Now, I actually really love a single arm deadlift because you have to control the whole body so that the body doesn't kind of get pulled out with the weight. So it is actually really good. Super good for the sacroiliac joint. Okay, awesome. Once you've done the third one, bring your weight up into your chest, your imaginary weight. Fingertips touching like you're holding a ball, feet a little wider, toes are gonna turn outwards, and we're taking our squats. Try and remember that talk, guys. You're gonna hear me saying that a lot, but honestly, especially as a hypermobile person, the talk changed my life in terms of the pain I was getting in all of my joints. When you've done number 5, let's bring ourselves into our all fours position. Curl the toes under and lift the knees up. And again, just like we did before, you're gonna tap opposite hand to opposite knee without moving the body at all. Notice which side is easier, which side needs a little more attention. Awesome, last couple. Beautifully done. Okay, so now we're going to take that same child's pose movement that we used in class 1, but we're going to build it up. So again, you're thinking sloppy child's pose, and then instead of letting the floor be there as a support for the upper body, we're lifting the arms. Take your hands to hold your imaginary weight. Again, as before, press your hips up so you're in kneeling, but this time shift the body weight into the left shin so your right knee comes up and your toes touch the ground. Now we're gonna keep repeating this with alternating legs. So the shin comes down, the body hip hinges into child's, we come up and we lift the left leg. So I'm going a little bit quicker now, but really try and control the balance. And it's okay to wobble, but I really want you to pay attention to where are you wobbling every time. Like, are you always defaulting to the same strategy when you do this at a certain point of the movement? Because that'll give you clues, like that side's weaker or that part of the movement's weaker. So we've got to try and use the movement to give us clues. Like, I know this side is my weaker side, so I'm rushing it. So really take your time to observe what your body is up to when you're going through the motions. Okay, and obviously I'm making you hold the weight as well, which makes it much harder. If we had our arms out for balance, you'd probably find it easier. So use that as a strategy when you're doing this. I want you to finish with the right leg stepping up, curl the left toes under and extend the knee. Turn into good old-fashioned Parshavottanasana. One leg is bent, one leg is straight, feet perpendicular to each other. Bend your front right leg 90 degrees. Take your right fingertips along the inner edge of your calf muscle, not so that they're heavy on the ground, but they're just skimming. Lift the left arm straight up. Now, without the legs changing, the body's gonna come up over your pelvis, and you're gonna move the body back down. With the weight, this feels so juicy on the butt, especially gluteus medius, our hip stabilizer. So again, we're gonna go for 5 reps. Nice one, my loves. Last one. Stay here and then shimmy your back foot in a lot closer. Now we're actually going to change the weight. I think when we're doing this with weights later, it's going to be worth putting it in the opposite hand, but the lighter weight. So just imagine you've done your changeover. You've now got the lighter weight in the top arm, and we're thinking triangle pose. But the secret to this one is having quite a short stance and getting your hips to really glide backwards so that you're coming down into the triangle and then squeeze back up underneath you to bring your torso erect. So you've got 4 more of these to go. Notice my top arm always going straight up to the ceiling. And my arm isn't wavering. So I'm really controlling the movement with the rest of my body, making sure that this stays solid. Cool, my loves. Remember, the torque in the legs might get lost if you aren't focusing on it, so put a little bit of mind energy into it. Okay, awesome. After you've done number 5, carefully bring the weight back down. You might want to switch into the heavier weight, because what we're going to do next is go into lunges. So you're going to bring the weight close to you, lower all the way down, and press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, awesome job, 5. Now taking it into curtsy squat, the outside of the left knee touching the outside of the right calf. So you can see you curtsy. Notice how I'm not leaning forward. I'm stacking ribs over hips, lifting it up and down. 1, 2. Now also pay attention to the back foot. Notice if it's collapsing, and even the front foot. Let that inner arch stay lifted with a big toe mound down. After your number 5, we're going to come all the way down to the ground. And here, instead of keeping both legs bent, I want you to stretch the bottom leg out. So left leg is long, right leg is stacked over, ready for seated twist. Now guys, what always happens with this one with our yogis is we use our arms to really ring our body round. Nothing wrong with that, but I want you to use your activation a little more. So we're actually not going to have any weights for this one. You are going to start off good old-fashioned left arm hugging right knee, right hand pushing the floor away. And then instead of staying here with the arms doing the work, I want you to engage your legs and lift your arms up parallel to the floor. Once you're here, spiral from the rib cage a little more. You might have to put more tension in the legs. And you can even use your hands to check that your lower spine is in neutral, that it's not collapsed, and that your tummy is working just the right amount for what we're doing. It's not over tense, it's not gripping, but it's also not completely soggy. Now we're going to rotate this. You're going to bring the shoulders back to face the front. Legs are still strong as you rotate round. Good, and we got 5 in total of these. Notice I'm not letting my shoulders cheat my way around. I'm really focusing on moving from my upper back, every little joint. And then when we're ready for number 5, you're gonna bring it all the way around, and then bring it back, straightening out both of the legs this time. I'm going to, when we do weights, do the L-sit ab work with the big weight. But it is a little bit scary because you're holding it above your head. So you're always welcome to go light and then build up. But what we're gonna do is press the heavy weight up, and we're going to try and lower onto our back in a clean movement, going all the way down. Notice I've kept my arms perpendicular to the ground the whole time. Same thing on the way up, arms press you straight up. If your legs lift up a little bit, that's totally normal. You can always hook them underneath a radiator, or maybe a sofa, or get a big fat cat to sit on your legs. Anything, just that they stay pinned down. But as you get stronger, guys, I know you can do this without weight on your legs. Remember, we're going for 5 in our warm-ups. Okay, cool. This is the last one. Good job. Now, as a little challenge for you guys, let's see if we can rock and roll up onto our feet, but without our hands. If you do use your hands, it's no big deal, but minimize the use of them. Into your ninja mode. Feet down. Big toe mound grounded. Inner arch lifted. Knees rotate away. Rib cage stacking over pelvis. Grab that left arm imaginary weight. 5 overhead presses. Feel the scapula gliding. Feel the rest of the body becoming quite strong, right? It's trying to contain the movement. The hand position switches. Keep the weight close to the body for your deadlifts. 1. Remember, the rest of the body is having to control, not letting the weight just flop it over to the weight side. So you're going to have to put a lot of stability through the body. After number 5, bring the weight back up into your hands, fingertips touching. Imagine you're holding an imaginary ball. Readjust for your squats, down and up. Now, I've actually kept squats quite simple because the reason why I thought that would be helpful is squats are a great warm-up exercise, but they're also a really important functional exercise that we're just not doing enough of or well enough. When you've done number 5, we're then going to lower back down again. We're coming into our all fours position. We're making sure the knees are up. Nothing else moves as we lift the hand to touch the opposite leg. Now look at your breathing. One more. Awesome, team. Bring your knees down. Think child's pose with alternating leg lifts. Remember, we're going to finish on the left leg, okay? So we're going to start the movement on our right. So coming down, think of being quite light in the upper body, low with the hips. Squeeze your bum as you come up, step the right foot forwards. Notice where you might be defaulting to, because later on we're going to make these a little bit harder, as we do. Especially the standing glute, that one needs to be firing a lot to control what you're doing. Like right now, this is my wobbly side, so I'm focusing on my left butt, focusing on the right butt. Okay, team, last couple. We're now going to stop with the left leg lifted. Boom. Curl the back toes under, extend the knee. Hips rotate towards the right side of the mat. Feet are perpendicular. Imagine you've got your heavy weight on the inner ankle of your left foot. Right arm straight up to the ceiling. Touch your fingertips down and lift. 1, 2. Nice. Now notice it's actually your butt that's going to be helping this movement. I know there's other muscles involved, my loves. It's a full body workout, but I want you to really feel that your glutes are helping to contain the movement. Awesome job. Think of the torque in the legs. Beautiful. We're maybe going to have to set the heavy one down, readjust our legs for Trikonasana, get your lighter weight, press it above your head. And again, think of the shift in the pelvis. So pelvis is going to go back, 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 and then squeeze it up. Four, and you have number 5. Good job, my loves. Rotate towards the front. This is maybe where you'll do a little switcheroo on the weights. We're going to have our hands together for the warm-up for 10 repetitions down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your rib cage should be stacked over your pelvis. And if your pelvis is in neutral, you'll recruit more of your glutes. So really taking care of those little bits. And you apply those same principles now with curtsy squat. Remember your feet. Remember you're stacking. Neck is not drifting forward. And 10 brings us all the way down to the ground. You're going to extend your bottom right leg this time. Good old-fashioned seated twist. Use that arm, hug the leg in. Feel that lovely, juicy butt stretch. And then turn around. And then when you're like, nah, girl, I'm all about the active, stretch your arms out and actually use your hands to give your brain information, like lower back, is it collapsing? Maybe belly, is it got the right amount of activation? When you're like, yep, feeling good. Hold it there. So the first one we're holding a little bit longer. Maybe connect back to your breathing. Let your belly get big when you breathe in. Let it get small when you breathe out. Natural movement of the diaphragm. Now let's inhale, bring it forwards with a rotation. Exhale, spiral it, wring it out from the upper back. Inhale, belly gets huge. Exhale, go a little bit further and actually visualize the little tiny joints of your upper back. I know this one looks like a twisty move, and it is, but feel how much your legs are having to do so that you don't cheat round. And the last one coming up, whoop, whoop. Preparation for our ab sit. Bring it forwards, both legs extending. Lift your imaginary weight up and then L sit it down. Squeeze it up. Now, I am also using my butt here, plenty. I'm really squeezing it. I'm imagining 2 big balloons under my pelvis and I'm rolling on my big balloons. 2 more. Whoop. Awesome job, my beauties. Last one. Once you've come all the way up, we're gonna rock and roll back up into our feet, and then we are gonna mean business with the actual weights. Let's do a little whoop whoop, all the way up Okay, quick victory dance. Be proud of yourself, making time to do a bit of movement in your day. I know how busy you are, so awesome job. Let's get single arm. So the way I want you to hold the kettlebell, if you're using one, of course you can use other weights, is that your hand between your thumb and your index finger has created like a little hook. Get your feet underneath your hips. The right arm is going to be doing the press first. 1, 2, 3. Feel how maybe the weight is pulling you off center. We're going to make this much harder in the classes to come. If you already know how to advance this, go ahead. 2 more to go. 9 and 10. Awesome. I'm going to switch over to my heavier weight now. Single arm, same arm as leg. Take the left arm out to the side. Keep the weight close to your body. Hip hinge from the hips. So that's where the movement is coming from, and it's moving backwards in space because you're trying to load the glutes. 3, and actually feel how having one weight is changing how your body has to react to the movement. So think of all the forward folds we do in yoga, and think of how we're lengthening the back body, but we're not necessarily loading it the way nature intended. Out in nature, we would be lifting loads of different things in a day. Beautifully done, my loves. We take hold of the weight. We're bringing it up to our chest. We've got our squats next, so get ready, not just physically, but mentally. You've got this. Here we go, 10 repetitions. 1. I'm really thinking of the torque, and even all the way through the movement, especially at the very top and the very bottom, we tend to switch our butt off. I want you to keep the engagement throughout. This is the last one. Awesome. Bring the weight back down. You're going to come into your all fours, and actually the weight is in the middle of your mat, and it's slightly in front of you. You're going to do that nasty all fours with the knees up, but you're happy because you know it's good for you. We're starting with the right arm. You're going to pull the weight that's in front of you under your belly button. You're going to take the right hand down. Left hand moves it forwards. Left hand back. Right hand forwards. Really pay attention to your knees and your pelvis, guys. Are we cheating to make this happen? Almost there, okay? We're coming up to the last one. Here it is, right arm back, change your root for the left hand forwards. Awesome job. Give your shoulders a little circle. Take a big inhale to your nose. Big satisfying sigh. Grab hold of your weight. I'm gonna go for my heavy one. But guys, light is just as good. You might need something soft under your knees. To come from child's pose, as you press up, we're lifting the left foot first. Squeeze that right butt to control, putting it back down, hip hinging back. How much control can you show me throughout this movement? We're almost there. We're going to finish on the right leg, and you're going to take the weight to the inside of your right instep. Curl the back toes, extend the knee, turn into your Parshvok shape, arms reach out like a warrior 2. Think of your glutes being really strong, right? So the tip is coming from the body, but the glutes are having to control that tip. The hand is going to reach down for the weight. We're going to bring the body straight up. 1, 2, 3. How low can you go in your legs? 4. It's tempting to straighten the bottom leg. I want you to keep it bent. I should say the front leg, not the bottom leg. You know what I mean. 2 more to go. 9, 10. So good, you guys. Make your stance much shorter, and even shorter than you would do in a normal triangle pose. I'm gonna use my lighter weight in the top hand. Look at my grip between the index finger and thumb. It's relaxed on my wrist. Pointed straight up to the sky. When you point the weight up, look at what happens. You see how we cheat? I want you to bring the ribs in and down. Let's glide down. 1, squeeze to rise. 2. You want to feel that booty doing the work. 5, 6. Good old-fashioned triangle on crack. 7, 8, 9. You guys have smashed it. 10. Oh, awesome. Bring the weight down. I'm going to switch over to heavier. We're going into lunges next. Yeah, boy, yes, we are doing 10. Big back heel up high. Squeezy butt cheeks. Let's do this. As we're moving, I'm thinking torque in my legs. Remember, that means the foot stays fixed, but the knees are imagining they're rotating away from each other. That might not visibly look like anything, but to your body, you can feel the muscle activation is working at a much higher level. Remember a neutral pelvis. Remember your stacked ribs. 2 more. Yay. Mamma mia. We've got curtsies next. Take the left behind the right. The back ankle, guys, if it flops about, no bueno, okay? Keep it strong. I'm gonna keep the weight close to me. Remember, switch over if you need to go lighter. Here we go, 10 reps. 1. Body straight. Not in your spine, but in terms of the trajectory of movement. 5. Into the last 5 reps now. Feel the work going where you intend it to. 2 more. Oh my God. Last one. Yay. Weight comes down. We lower, extend the bottom leg out. We know the drill already. We're going to start with the chest facing forwards. Get the legs working. Body is straight. Don't let the shoulders do this hunchy business. Pull them back. Flatten the shoulder blades on your ribs. Rotate round. 1 and back. 4. We're finishing this on 5. Hold it there for 5. 4. Get your legs even stronger. Good. Press that left foot away. Pull the left hip back. And 1. All ready for these L sit-ups? I hear yes. I'm hallucinating. Let's all smash this bad boy out together. So guys, even if you just sit in this position and you neutralize your spine, oh my goodness, this is so good for you. So if you want to stay here, I'm so proud of you. If you want to take the L sit-ups with me, let's do this. Where's your butt? Are you using it? Are you using the stronger side of your body? I for sure was using my left. You have 1 more rep. This is it. Oh my goodness. Weight comes down. Arms come behind you. Woohoo! Legs swim around in joy. Are we ready for the other side? Rock and roll with me all the way into your feet. Let's go. Woohoo! Bah! And at the top, do a little jump. Okay? Shake it out. Ready for the other side? Yeah, baby. Okay. Sorry to look like a weirdo dancing around in front of you guys, but it's really what's getting me through these. Take your weight to the top of your mat. Okay, so you're going to choose the weight that's going to be most appropriate for your single arm overhead press. As you get stronger, you need to buy heavier weights, but wherever you are is enough right now. Use the other hand to check where is your body in space. My left ribs always flare, so I always use my right hand to gather them in. And I can feel that diagonal line of energy into my right leg. Everyone is different. You've got to figure out your alignment. Let's take 10 overhead. Yes, you can coordinate the breath with the movement, or just keep your breathing fluid, my loves. Check that your body isn't twisting out because of the weight. Let the shoulder move with the weight. This is an anti-gravity movement. 9 and 10. Awesome. I'm changing weight. Left arm is now holding the weight. My feet are parallel under my hips. We've got torque running through the legs. The spine is stacked. Instead of letting the weight, look at how the weight's pulling my shoulder down. I'm using my musculature to bring the weight towards me, okay? That will help that joint capsule, especially in your vulnerable shoulder, stay with integrity. Right arm is out to the side, just for a little extra balance, but you can play with that as well. It's not a must. Let's draw it forwards and squeeze up. Now, while I'm doing these, I'm focusing on that torque like nobody's business because my body doesn't naturally do that. It's very floppy. And it always flops where it's not supposed to go. You've got 5 more of these. Can you close your eyes and take your mind to where you need to do a little more work? What about your breath? This is your 10th one. You've absolutely smashed it. You're going to bring your weight close to your body. Feet a little wider for your squats. 10 repetitions. Relax your jaw, relax your eyebrows. Here we go. When you've done number 10, take the weight, place it down. We're coming into our all fours, knees hovering 1 inch. Really focus. You don't want your knees and your hips twisting out and helping you. Everything is solid. Left hand initiates, pull the weight back. Remember that every time you move the weight, you want to bring the hand directly underneath your shoulder. Okay, even if it's the same hand doing the movement. Here we go, almost there, my loves. Right hand is going to finish the movement. Left hand takes it forward. Well done. We've got our child's pose transitions. Our right foot is going to come up first, but we're going to finish on the left. Take your weight up into your chest, leaning it forward and back. Forward. Right leg, you've got to squeeze that left butt to come up. Remember, these are going to get harder as the classes go on, so I need you to nail these. Oh, man. The movement should be in your butt, not your back. We're nearly there. Last one coming up. Okay, take the weight to the inside of your left foot. Extend your right leg up. Turn the feet and the hips to the right. Arms out like warrior 2. Maybe have a little check, body feels good. Tip into Parsvakonasana. Extend this right arm straight up. 1. Just like we did in gate posture in week 1. Good. Try not to push down with your pelvic floor. On the out breath, it lifts up. And 10. Awesome. We're going to change over with our legs coming a little more narrow. We're going to grab the lighter weight. The lighter weight is pressed up above us. The hips are displacing towards the back of our mat. Quick one. My knees, they could collapse back, soggy. They're in the ligaments. Instead, I want you to turn on the musculature around the knees, okay? That torque will really help take care of many more muscles than your brain could ever focus on at one time. So use that as your strategy. Press up through the right hand. Let's take it down. 1, squeeze. I'm checking my ribs as well, especially my body loves a little flary rib action when the arm is overhead. So don't be afraid to use that bottom hand to check your muscle activation and your joint alignment. Really send the hip back and then glide it under you. Last one. Awesome job, guys. Bring the weight carefully back towards you. We're grabbing our heavier weight for our 10 lunges. Here we go. You have done so well. Remember, we're going to keep it going, coming into your curtsy squat. Down and up for 10, keep counting. We're nearly there. Last 3. Oh man, I'm gonna feel you guys tomorrow. Come on and sit down. If you have sore muscles, I'd like you to message me and tell me about them, because I think it'll make my day that I'm not the only one with DOMs. And for anyone who doesn't know what DOMs are, it's just when you get sore the next day. It's got its fancy name, delayed onset muscle soreness. And all it means is you can't go up and down the stairs without going ouch, ouch, ouch the whole way. Are we ready to give our legs a little more love? Forwards with the chest, arms out to the side. Lift up really tall. This part of your lower back, it's not collapsing. And we're twisting. 1. Your twist is coming from where the ribs connect to your spine. Your shoulders are not doing any crazy business. They're not helping you go around in any way. Last one. Yeah, hold it here. 5. 4, can you go any further? 3, 2, 1. That one is always my hardest side. Oh, do you guys have a slightly more dodgy side? Okay, we've got our weight. We've got only 5 of these. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing our calming breaths to finish. Oh yeah, press it up. Strong legs. Here we go. Big power. Let's do the sound effects together. I think it'll help. Coming on down. Big explosion. Here we go. 3 more. 2 more. Power it up. Oh, it's much easier with sound effects. What do you think? Okay, team. Here we go. Weight. Put it to the side. Cross your legs. Take a huge breath in. Open your mouth and go. Take a big breath into every cell of your body. And then send love into all those little cells as you go. Feel like the inhale is an inhale of satisfied with how hard you worked and where you're at and what your body is in this moment. Be so happy and content, and actually feel that in your out breath when you go, you know, that content sigh. Let's finish on our final one. Inhale. And really mean it. Give yourself a big hug. Kiss your biceps. Mwah. Mwah. Grr. Remember, you can keep moving now if there's anything else you want to finish your practice with. Or remember to take just a few minutes to have a little peaceful moment before you carry on with the rest of your day. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here with me.